In this video, I'm going to show how to connect Giraffe to public GIS data, in particular ArcGIS feature servers. And I'll talk a bit about why this is really cool for a user and also for an enterprise, for an organization that has large data sets and wants to leverage those data sets, get as much value out of them as possible. So here I've got, this is the Gold Coast infrastructure, City of the Gold Coast infrastructure assets map. It's this lovely map. We've got fiber optic cable, data cabling, water maintenance holes, all sorts of data. And here, if I click on these, sewer connections. And this data, these layers, you can actually see, because of the way that ArcGIS or Esri works on the feature servers, is you can see them here in this REST services directory. And whenever we at Giraffe see one of these, we're super happy, because this means that we can pull this data into Giraffe, and a feature server we can actually style as well. So why don't I look for some sewer pipes, right? Sewer connection. Okay, so there's a sewer connection feature server over here. I'm going to copy that URL. I'm going to come to this project that I've set up here in Giraffe. I'm going to add a layer. I'm going to create my own from an Esri map server or feature server, and I'm just going to paste that URL in and push fetch layers. And I'm going to just put Gold Coast and then just save this, add the sewer connection. Okay, so now I've got this Gold Coast sewer connection. And if we zoom in, there are all those sewer connections. So these are obviously the connections from the sewer mains to the pipes. Now, just before I brought in the sewer pipes, but these are only the pressure pipes. So let's go back now to the sewer connection and let's see if we can sewer pipe non-pressure, sewer valves, sewer fitting. So let's get the sewer pipe non-pressure. I'm just going to add them in one by one by one. And again, add layer, create your own feature server, fetch the server, and I preface it just Gold Coast. And the reason I preface it is because Giraffe connects to thousands of these layers, and every city calls them sewer pipe non-pressure, but we need to be able to differentiate. Awesome. All right, so here's all these sewer pipe non-pressures, and if I open my lens controls, what I'm able to do is now style this stuff, style this data, because Esri is not serving this data up as tiles or as raster, like dumb pictures. What's coming with all of these pipes is all of this data. So if I click on any one of these things, I can see this is an unlined AC pipe, right? And I can use this data to style it. So we've got a diameter in millimeters. So let's try and style it by diameter in millimeters. There we go. So you can see we've got, and let's make it a bit different color. So we'll choose maybe like this magenta, update. Okay, so the purples are the smaller ones, and the yellows are the bigger ones. And so you can see if I click on that, this one's got like a 450 mils, and this guy's a little 150 mil. We can crank the width up so we can see it a bit more clearly. There we go. You can see those thicker pipes, obviously trunk lines. We could style by material, pipe non-pressure material, and I'll just keep this color scale open. So PVC, PP, MS, PVCU. Not quite sure what VC is. Concrete, something concrete, VC. But look how powerful this is. I'm exploring the data. It's rendering beautifully. I can fade it on and off. I've got all my connections here that I'm, doing it by layer. Before I uploaded the water, the potable water, the sewer pipe over here. It's really cool that that we're able to just pull this data and make use of it, filter it, interrogate it. Of course, we can copy it and bring it into Giraffe as well as a line, edit it. So if you're planning, want to put a buffer around this, I can grow this by 8 meters. Get a buffer around that sewer pipe. So I'm able to sort of start using this thing in a really wonderful way. And for the data custodian, this is just fantastic because it means that the information that you have is opened up to a whole other audience or set of audiences who are able to style and filter and color that data on the front end, in their client, and leverage everything you've got and you've done. So it just drives ROI for the investment you've made in geospatial infrastructure, which is fantastic. So this is, to me, this is the beauty of API-driven federated data, where it's the proper responsibility for the city of Gold Coast to have these maps of their infrastructure that they own. It's a public good. And then the fact that they've digitized them and they serve them out like this, in this really nice structured way, using this Esri infrastructure, so that we can utilize some of our styling functionality. It's just a great division of responsibilities, and it's a great user experience, and it's a really powerful benefit that leads to better designs, fewer questions, more informed site plans, master plans. Just accelerates the whole process of real asset delivery, whether it's apartments, schools, or anything.